We're going to go over Bitcoin. We'll look at a few other cryptos, how they're moving, what it's looking like. We'll check out the charts. I'll try to keep this video 5 to 8 minutes, and then we'll go over the time frames. So if you look at Bitcoin on short term, the 30-minute chart says we're probably going to test 58K. 45-minute chart says we're going to test 60K. 1 hour chart says we might test 61K. 2 hour chart also thinks 61K. 3 hour chart, it already hit 57K, so 57K for now as a support. 4 hour chart still thinks overall we're gonna come down to 55.6. 5 hour chart looks like it has a buy signal, which is interesting. It might actually come test 62. 6 hour chart still has a sell signal around 55K. 7 hour has a sell signal. 8 and 9 also has buy signals from previous. So what Bitcoin pretty much is telling us is it's middle of a pump. It's not certain, but overall it still thinks it's going sideways. And it may test the upper region, but it can just as easily come back down. So I'm going to use this 9 hour chart to show you something. So when we get a buy signal and Bitcoin comes down. So Bitcoin is right here now. We assume Bitcoin is going to go to 63.2. Now, if Bitcoin does not hit this number, even though that's the take profit, Bitcoin also tells you to set up a stop loss, which is 55,739. The reason it gives you a stop loss, any moment if the market changes direction and starts breaking to the downside, if you were, let's say, doing leverage trading, longs or shorts, in this case, if you were taking a long towards, so if you were taking a long towards 63K and the market started to pull back, it would tell you, hey, end your trade at 55,739 to minimize your loss. So even though Lux Algo gives you direction, the direction gives you two direction. Hey, we're headed here, but just as easily we can come down here if things don't go as planned. So you have to also remember, just because we have a take profit target, we also have a stop loss target. So either direction is possible. So don't get too caught up into, oh, we're going here or we're going there. Honestly, nobody knows where the market's going. We're just getting a guideline. So let's look at the 4-hour chart. So the 4-hour chart still thinks we're going to 55.6K. Smart Trail says we have support at 57 and 56.5. So we could come here and we can get some support. We may come even middle part of it. So let's come back to the shorter time frame. So 3-hour chart still has the blue Smart Trail. So if you look at the blue Smart Trail, my line isn't as straight, but 58K, 58.5. So this is our support zone for right now. And this is based on this blue Smart Trail that's being formed. Can it break below this? Yes. And Bitcoin, according to this chart, is slowly working its way down. but it's going to bounce off this yellow because we previously came down to our target once before. So let's go back to the 2-hour chart. Now, if you look at the 2-hour chart, we had a blue smart trail, which is for this part of the pattern. Then we came down, which is the red smart trail. And even though we have a signal for going up, we did not form a blue smart trail going this way yet. And if you look at it here, there's resistance at 59.6. There's resistance up to 60. But something that we had discussed yesterday, let's look at that. We have this green block. We have this red block. You can see the green block is longer. So what I told you was if the green block was longer, buyers will get tired. So once we get to this 59.6K region, buyers are not gonna really want to buy anymore. So sellers most likely is gonna win out. So therefore, we're more likely to get rejected here and then travel back down. So if you look at it a shorter time frame and say, hey, we have a bullish signal, but we also have a higher chance of getting rejected here. Now, can we break through? Absolutely. That's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. So I'll just go through the other charts really quick. This video is already almost 7 minutes. So Kaspa doesn't have a sell signal in most of the time frame. It's still bullish as it stands right now. Only the 1-hour chart. Well, look at that. 1-hour chart was on sell yesterday, but today it's changed to buy. So let me show you something. As this pattern was going this way, now shorter time frame things trigger faster. It has a change of structure here, but as it made its move this way, we got a green change of structure. So Kaspa will try to go back towards 17.4. Will it get there? We don't know. But if you look at this block, the longer green block, you can see again sellers will get tired. Well, no, buyers will get tired here. So sellers will win out. So there's a good chance we'll get rejected in this zone. So if you look at the zone, the highest part is almost 17.3. This is why we may break 17 cents and get rejected. Let's look at Turbo. So Turbo just got a buy signal. First candle. We need a second candle to form. And if you come to the right side, it's telling us it's going to take 31 minutes to tell us that the candle will form. Once it does, it's going to say that we're going to go up. Again, if you look here, buyers and sellers are exactly the same. Just as easily it can break up, as easily it can break down. Turbo 2-hour chart is still bearish. 3-hour chart is bearish. 4-hour chart is bearish. 5-hour bearish. 6-hour bearish. I could keep going down, but not too much has changed for Turbo. Let's look at Ondo. Ondo has a sell signal on the 1-hour chart. It still thinks we're going to 67 cents. 2-hour chart thinks 68. 3-hour chart thinks 68. 4-hour chart thinks we're still going to 64. Now, same thing if you look at here. If we come to this point, buyers will win out because look, sellers will get tired. Because sellers will get tired if Ondo came down to this range, this is where it thinks it's going to bounce. And therefore, we have our take profit, our entry target, you could say, because we don't do leverage trading in the 64 cents range. And from there, it'll bounce. If we look at the 5-hour, still headed down. If you look on the 5-hour chart, we're battling in the smart trail right now, which is blue, which means this is the support. So now we have to see what Ondo does in this smart trail. If we look at stacks, stacks is getting a pump for now. 1-hour chart thinks we're going to 152. 2-hour chart still thinks we may bounce, get rejected, and then come back towards 132. 3-hour chart last time. Yep, here it is, 129. Because I want stack entry, I need this buy signal to go away, and at some point here, I want a sell signal, so it will shoot the price down. But it hasn't done that yet. Arrow, 1-hour chart, still thinks arrow is coming down towards 60 cents. 2-hour chart thinks 58. 3-hour chart thinks 60. 4-hour chart thinks 60. So let's go to ABT. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit on ABT, just so you guys can see something. I'm going to use a day candle so we can see the charts a little bit more cleaner. ABT since mid to end of May, where it was at its peak, which is right here. Ever since then, look what ABT has done. It has been coming down, came down more, recovered, came down, it's been going down, came up a little bit, came down, kept coming down, peaked down, came up, keep coming down. So if you look at this trend line, ABT has just been going down. It has not been able to set a candle above here. Until ABT sets a candle above this trend line, ABT cannot make its true move up. So if you look at it right now, if we go on the 4-hour chart, which is my favorite chart, it thinks ABT is gonna break $1.10. If you look at the 3-hour chart, it thinks it's gonna break $1.20. If you look at the 2-hour chart, it thinks it's gonna break $1.23. If you look at the 1-hour chart, it's gonna break $1.24. So ABT is just slowly coming down. It just can't stick like the other cryptos. GFI is coming to 199, so it'll break $2. The 2-hour chart, it already hit the first target, so if it comes down, it could come to 185. 3-hour, chart is, it does have a buy signal, so it might recover a little bit. Thinks it could go to 235. 4-hour chart had a sell signal. It worked all the way down and it's still in this zone, so it hasn't changed much. 5-hour chart hasn't changed much. 6-hour chart hasn't changed much. So in the shorter term, we break $2. In the longer term, we may recover, go to 220. LCX, We'll just look at the 4-hour chart. It's gonna break 0.1133. 5-hour chart thinks it's gonna break 11 cents. 6-hour chart thinks it's gonna go to 10.5 cents. So for now, we'll target breaking 11 cents. There's a chance it can break 10 cents as well. PNG, the 6-hour chart thinks it's going to break 20 cents. Let's keep that as a simple target for now. Render, definitely the 6-hour chart thinks it's going to break $4 because this has 362 as the target. 4-hour chart thinks it's going to go to 380. Now same thing with render. If we were to zoom out and look at the chart, render itself has been in this downward trend for a while. Solana. Now, I haven't dropped a descending trend line for Solana, but if you look at Solana here, it's just been going sideways within this range of 130 to 190 for a while now. So let's look at Solana. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart thinks we're going to get to 134. 5-hour chart thinks we're going to break 130. And the pullback is deep. We can go to 116. XRP. So far, XRP isn't as bearish, but XRP could hit 53 cents if it pulls back as low as 49 cents. Well, this was one of the longest video. I just want to let you know it's not financial advice. I just wanted to go over all the tokens, explain it, show you the movement, show you the support, reiterate what some of the blocks mean, what it's doing, how it's moving. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Till next time.